this figured out.
There.
All right. So today we are going to talk about, well, winning trips, but not necessarily just winning trips. We're going to talk about why we win so many trips, also, right?
True.
Yes, we win a lot of trips. Olivia,
We do.
especially in her first year, she's like boom, 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 like so many trips. So,
Especially Pam, actually, because I think Pam's been on way more trips, and I had no idea what this whole trip thing was about. And all of a sudden, I find myself in different countries and different states every other week. I feel like I'm like, oh, so this is the life that Pam was living. Well, I guess I was traveling before too, but for music. So now it's kind of like it's transferred all over to DoTerra. It's kind of exciting, actually.
I think so. Who here likes to travel? I love to travel, and I've only met one person in my life that told me that doesn't really like to travel that much. Yeah, and I was a little shocked.
I think it's more like a love hate for me because I do like to travel. And the reason why I know this is because when I'm in one place for too long, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to get on an airplane. Where am I going? I don't know.
Yes, I love traveling. I just absolutely love traveling. And for you that are on here that are parents, I heard this so many times the first time I got pregnant. Oh, I know you love to travel because I've always traveled for work, but get ready for it to be very different now. It's so hard to travel with children. And I think I've debunked this whole traveling with children thing because my children come to all of my to with me to all my trips.
Yeah, I think it's actually well, I don't have children, but just from watching you and seeing that as an example, and also just a ton of moms in doTERRA, it's hard to make that statement anymore because it's
Because
just
it's not
different.
true. And it is true for a lot of people, but it's not true for other people because it really is up to usually either school or the parent's job, right? So those are the main factors that kind of dictate whether you're going to be able to have your children with you all of the time and travel, or if you have to be in one place and stay put and do all the things. It's just not traditional, and I don't even know what traditional means anymore. That's another thing in life.
I think everything was thrown off. Like for us, we have so much freedom. We have so much freedom. We have every type of freedom that you can possibly imagine. We've got time freedom, we've got financial freedom, we've got um, medical freedom. There's so many freedoms that we have because of doTERRA. So it's kind of awesome. But it makes it more fun when the trip is covered by doTERRA, right, Pam?
Yes, and it also you touched on freedom, and that's probably one of the main reasons why I'm so in love with the model of work that we have, right? So first, let's talk about how we get this. How did I get to win the strips, right? So we have a few ways. First, Haps, no echo today. We're good.
I think we're good. I
Yeah.
found out what the echo was coming from last week. So
So it was Olivia's fault, everybody.
yeah, totally. That was me. Yeah, yeah.
um, so we so I've been with doTERRA for quite a while now. So I would say like almost a decade, right? And throughout all these years that I have been with doTERRA, when I decided to build doTERRA, and here's another thing that I think would be such a good topic for us to talk about at some point. There is a big difference in being a happy sharer that has a hobby of putting oils on people and somebody that is building doTERRA as an entrepreneur. So it's a big topic, and we will talk about it eventually in one of those Sundays, um, because it can be either. right? It can be either, but it's a choice. So when I chose in fully and truthfully, wasn't doing it like for fun and as a hobby, when I started working with doTERRA, I made sure that I hit silver. Silver, we call it the first official rank of doTERRA, but all of the ranks in doTERRA are official, okay? And all of the ranks in doTERRA are grand. Whether you're starting as a director, a manager, executive, or elite, all of these ranks are big, huge milestones. And that's something that you must celebrate. The small wins that are not small, you have to learn how to celebrate. And I would say that that was one of my weak points. I think my whole life, I think we talked about this before. When you are a perfectionist, you tend to always look for the next thing because it's never good enough, right? If you're perfect, I grew up with a mom who is a very big perfectionist. So it's never good enough. So you never take time to celebrate the small things. So celebrate the small milestones with a lot of pride and honor and gratitude. And yes, give yourself a pat on the back because every milestone counts. It's part of your big journey. So, Diamond Club, I would only be able to do if I was silver. So, in my first year of doTERRA, I focused on hitting that rank. And it's called the official rank because of these types of things. Some of the events used to be based on silver and above. So when you're silver, you're able to participate in leadership. And then they started making some exceptions for premieres, um, and also Diamond Club. Then they started doing another program called Silver Club, which is just as amazing, right? So Olivia did Diamond Club. She didn't do Silver Club, right? You just went right to Diamond Club. And let's talk about Diamond Club first, and then we go to Silver Club. Cool.
Yeah.
So my way of building doTERRA is through Diamond Club. So if you've asked me, hey, how did you build doTERRA? What's your system? It has been Diamond Club. I don't know, but I am the person who's done more Diamond Clubs, like more Diamond Club rounds in doTERRA ever, 8. Right? That's kind of insane. But the reason why is I did it in the United States where I started building first, and then I moved to Brazil market and I started doing in Brazil, even though I was already diamond. So after you hit diamond, like Olivia, you can't do Diamond Club anymore because the whole point of Diamond Club is for you to become a diamond. And that is the beauty of the program, is that you can do Diamond Club every year until you get to that rank. Okay. So silver is the requirement, and you can only do it once a year. So there are 2 seasons, but you can only do it once a year. And the way that it works is it's this program first. doTERRA gives professionals, we call them account reps, but they just take care of you and they give you Diamond Club reps to guide you on your journey while you're doing Diamond Club. You have a mentor, usually it's your upline, but not necessarily. That's another topic too that's on my list to talk about. Do I need an upline to have success in doTERRA? We're
No.
going to talk about.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah. I mean,
We're going to
I
talk
mean,
about that because it's a lot of it's deep, right?
I for one have an amazing upline, so I'm very grateful for my
I
amazing
love it.
upline. But I definitely don't think you need. But then I actually don't know because I have such an amazing upline.
I
So
love you. I love you so much. I learned so much with Olivia. I have an amazing down love. We call it up love and down love.
mhm.
In Brazil, we say up Linda and down Linda. Linda is beautiful, right? So, um, but the, the reason why it's beautiful to work with doTERRA is because of these programs. So this program specifically, Diamond Club, is a simple, effective, and it is a duplication model for us wellness advocates to be able to increase our customer base. And also, just a little addendum here, doTERRA is 85% customers and 15% wellness advocates, like Olivia and I. So that says a lot about the product of doTERRA, right? So it's simple, it's effective, it has a powerful way for us to increase our customer base, and also to have a model that is duplicable, so it can duplicate. And in network marketing, because that's the model of our business, if it's not duplicatable, it's not, it's probably not something that you will focus on doing all of the time. So, and that comes to another topic, that doTERRA might not be the simplest company to be with, and it's not. And I think Olivia has felt that. I think all of us in doTERRA have felt that, because there is a part of it that you're going to have to learn. But like everything else, right? Um, we could very much just be doing something like leggings, but it wouldn't go, I don't think I could go so far, because I would not feel the purpose behind it like I do with doTERRA. So you are in doTERRA for a reason, because you asked for it, and because you're capable of learning what needs to be learned for you to be able to succeed. Okay. And in my experience of Diamond Club, if you have done Diamond Club, if you're here, give me a little bit of your experience. But for me, it completely transformed uh, my team, my business, and myself. Like nothing else I was had giving me the opportunity to do that. So it's a very unique way to learn a system as you are doing the job. You know how in the traditional world, I when I was in corporate, I had to learn the trade first, and
Mm-hmm.
then I went to work, and then I got paid, right? In Diamond Club, you learn, you do, and you get paid all at the same time. And that is just in network marketing, right? In general. But
Yeah.
for my experience, this is what happened to me. I started Diamond Club the first year. I was silver. I did it again. I went to gold. I did it again. I went to platinum. I did it again. I went to diamond. And then they let me do it again because I was in Brazil, right? Opening the market. I went to blue diamond. And then they let me do it another 3 times to give support to the Brazil market to get the teams set up. Then I became a founder. So
Wow.
So Diamond Club is powerful.
Wow. So that's how you were able to do Diamond Club even after you became a Blue Diamond, right?
Yeah. But
Oh.
that's a very unique exception, okay? It doesn't happen all the time. And when you're doing as a blue diamond, and the perks, Olivia can talk about the perks, because you get a lot of money for doing
Hmm.
Diamond Club. So, but when you are a diamond and blue diamond, you don't get the reimbursements. And Olivia can talk a little bit about the reimbursements.
Hmm.
So, what are the perks, Olivia, of doing Diamond Club?
So the first perk is, okay, first of all, it's a lot of work, and to reward the extra time that you're taking in. And a lot of times I think people do Diamond Club to experience what it's like to officially make doTERRA a part-time or a full-time gig, probably a full-time gig. So when that happens, they actually reimburse you for what's supposed to be for travel expenses. My experience was very unique because my first Diamond Club experience was during the pandemic, and I used that $300 bonus for all the postage because I wasn't traveling. So if I wasn't traveling, then I'm definitely using that bonus for postage because I was spending around 300, maybe even a little bit more dollars for postage. So I was mailing out samples, mailing out welcome kits, mailing out all kinds of different things for people, perks, just bonus things. You're doing a lot of package mailing because you don't see people in person. But if it's a traditional Diamond Club, Pam, we travel, right?
Yeah, my Diamond Club was different. And that is something that is very distinct between Olivia and I, is that I've built my business 100% up until March 2020. I've built it belly to belly, face to face. I've met with every person. I've done wellness consults with every single customer one-on-one. I never did group anything. So I never really did it in mass, for the masses. I always did it one-on-one, which takes more time, but I also believe in the power of you connecting with people one-on-one. So it served me really well. At that time when, I think there is a world like um, AC and BC, which is before COVID and after COVID. That's kind of funny. But so before COVID, we could travel, right? Well, the thing is, for me, I never stopped traveling, and that's something that I also just noticed a few months ago, that our life just kept going. But that's another topic. Then when I started Diamond Club, we were able to travel, and I was working in Hawaii, and I decided to do Diamond Club in the United States, where I had not necessarily teams. I just had people that were willing to open their homes. They had an LRP. LRP is the monthly order of 100 PVs. I had a few, right, in each area. And they were willing to house me. And that's another cool thing that I absolutely love. I'm a people's person, right? My first strength is woo. And woo means win others over. I really love to talk to people, and I really love knowing people, and that's my thing. So for me to stay at people's homes is so awesome, where some people have a hard time. I adapt really well in whatever environment. So it was awesome to go into people's homes, and today they're friends, they're sisters, right? They're families that I've seen transform and throughout the years. And they housed me, and at that time, Addie was just months old when I did for the first time. And we have pictures of her in my classes, and she started walking at a Diamond Club class when she was 8 months, and it was
Oh,
in New York. Yeah, it was in New York, in Long Island, in Little Neck, at Z's house. That's her name, and she's a sweetheart. Still a customer and super loving. So we we visited a lot of homes, and I feel that that's probably the most, for me, the most special part of Diamond Club. And every single trip that I did, you can do up to 6 legs of travel by car, by flight, or whatever transportation that you're taking. And you need to have the receipt to get the reimbursement. And there is an amount. I think for Hawaii was a little bit different because they know we're flying outer island. And every single time when you go back home, you don't get a reimbursement for that because you're going back home. But
mm.
for all the other legs, you can get reimbursement. And the way that the reimbursement works is doTERRA covers 50%, and your AppLoves cover 50%.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that what the 300 is supposed to be for?
Yeah, we cover half, right? That's why you have to get approved. You have to ask for approval. Hey, will you approve me? Will you sponsor me? So we sponsor people in Diamond Club, right? You sponsor people in Silver Club, and in Diamond Club, you have girls doing Diamond Club, right? So
Yep.
we are Diamond Club sponsors. That means that you invest in your people,
Oh
and I
yeah.
believe it's the best investment is to invest in people. So then you get the reimbursements for flights or for mileage that you drove, and for your gas, and that makes it totally doable, because when you're first starting your business, the money that's coming in is not huge, just like any other business, guys. Do you know any business that you can just be profitable in the first minute? I would say probably there are, but for the most part
No,
that I know
that,
of,
no, that's called a
um,
job. That's different.
yeah.
That's
I
working for
mean,
someone else.
right? I don't know, in this crazy fast world, things are happening so fast. I'm sure that somebody can just do like, this is a new ta-da, and then become a millionaire in a second. Um, but you know what I mean? Every business, and I remember my mom is a business owner.
Same.
They didn't turn profit for like a whole decade, you know,
Yeah, and most
like,
businesses fail within the first 5 years.
right.
And a lot of businesses aren't even in the black. And when I say in the black, I mean making a profit, not losing money until after the first 2 years.
Yes.
And
Yep.
that's if you're doing great. It's like 2 to 5 years, really.
Hmm. So my experience with Diamond Club has been nothing short of amazing and such a blessing. I got to live with people. Remember, I told you I lived with Olivia. Um, and I love doing that because then we can really kind of do like an intensive course, like it's a crash course, right? Of
Mhm.
how to do this thing, how to live this thing, how to make this work. You get the gist of it, and then you do it your own way. And that's what Diamond Club has been for me. And one of the highlights of this whole experience with Diamond Club was my first year, very first time of Diamond Club. I went into a household that she invited me, and it was so loving. She was so loving, and I was so grateful to be able to be there. And when I walked in, their lifestyle was complete opposite of mine, right? Here comes like super healthy vegan crazy oil lady with her little baby that never took medication, and I was in a household that is probably most households in the world, you know, very toxic. Everything from food to products to like bathroom and laundry and the smell and the sprays, and it was a very different environment for me, coming from a very natural way of living. So, and that was the first, and very dark too. Even the colors, like the curtains were dark and the furniture was dark, and
Wow.
it was an awesome home. And that's another passion of mine. I love design, not designing, but decorating homes and kind of doing things like that. I love it, and I've done it a few times. And so I walked in this home, and I'm like, wow! And all of them overweight, all of them, and
Ooh,
especially the
okay.
little boy. And there were a few kids. They had a few children, and the littlest one um, had super obese, right? And so it was the mother, so was the father, and so I noticed that I had big work to do. And when I got there the first
Mm,
month, and Diamond Club lasts 4 months, okay? So you can go back to the same location all 4 months, or you can just do one location each month if you like. But in this case, I went back to each location every month.
mm.
So I went to her house once a month for 4 months. And she saw how I lived. Because the first thing I do, what do I do? The first thing I do, Olivia, when I get to a place, I go buy what? Food,
Groceries? Yes.
groceries. That's my thing. So,
Yes.
you know how we all, that's why I think some people don't like to travel, is because it changes your routine, yes, but it doesn't have to be that way. That's another thing that I've debunked is, oh, I have an exercise routine, I have a food routine, I have a thing that I have, I don't make, when I travel, I bring that with me. So
Yeah.
that routine comes with Pam wherever she goes, right? And that's something that I think is important for people who travel a lot to be able to keep their healthy. So
Yeah.
this family, long story short, 4 months of Diamond Club, they went from super toxic, right? And I asked her to take me to Whole Foods and all of that. Second month, she already knew the drill. So she picked me up and she went right to Whole Foods. She's like, okay, I know what you want to do. So she went right to Whole Foods and we did our thing. And the third month, I went back and her house was completely different already. So she started, we do in doTERRA, right? We start substituting the things for better choices. And it went from food to products to cosmetics to everything. And then we went to the final touch. The fourth month was her house. And we even changed the curtains and furniture. And it was really amazing, guys.
Wow, Pam, you did a full
Yeah,
lifestyle makeover for this family.
it was
That's
really cool.
amazing.
Yeah, get this, they went vegan. It's really
Oh
awesome.
my goodness, I think you need to
Yeah.
move into a lot more houses, Pam. It's time. I think it's a great thing. Oh my gosh, and this last convention too
Mhm.
really opened my husband Chris's eyes to a lot of things because see, I wish woo was my number one because woo is way down there for me. I'm not very wooey. I don't know why.
But that's why I have
I don't know.
me. That's
I
why I have
know that's
me.
why we're a team. So
That's
we
why I
have
have
a
you.
that's true. We share a lot of similar strengths, but then we also have a lot of not similar strengths at all. So yeah, I don't have the woo, but I am very I just kind of let things flow and let people learn as they go. So Chris was very not into natural things, but he's open, right? So we were using a blue detergent now for about a year, 2 years, because in the beginning, I think he was still trying to impress me. So we were using homemade soaps, because even before we met, I was on the homemade non-toxic journey for a while, no commercial toothpaste, all the crazy stuff. But Chris really thought that was a little insane and a little extreme. So I was like, okay, fine. We'll switch, but only doTERRA. But he wouldn't let the dish soap and stuff go. But this convention really drove it home for him. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I guess this is what it takes because I'm not woo enough. to convince him or the people around. But this convention was just a lot of woo. It was great. I was like, oh my gosh, this is why convention is important. It's why people have to
Yes,
come.
yes. And it's that very thing that we talked about before, and I will repeat this probably every time, is you have to surround yourself with what you want to be and create. You have to look for what you're trying to achieve and really just be with it. Be around the people that are going for the same vision and the same goal and the same ideals and the same lifestyle. Because a lot of the times we have the dream crashers, the people that will just steal your dreams, right? The dream stealers that um, are not trying to do what you're trying to do, and we end up sometimes listening to them. So please, why are you listening to people that are not trying to do what you're trying to do? They're not where you're trying to get to, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
that is so important. I think that has a lot of power. It's so simple, it might seem like so logical and obvious, but it is something that has helped me a ton.
Yeah, Brene Brown has a quote or a concept that is similar to, you do not have to take criticism for people who are not fighting in the ring like you. If they're
Yeah,
not fighting in the ring, you don't have to take their criticism because they don't know what you're fighting. They don't know what you're going through.
yeah, you don't know what they're going through. That's so true. And one thing that also we talked about at our dinner, right? We had our party, our team party. And I remembered the phrase that has always carried me throughout my career, throughout life, all these years, is when I know like English is not my first language. I could have all the excuses, right? I even made a post about that. But I remember I was at a talk once, and this person, it's so funny. My mother always calls me when we're doing it live. It's so funny. So, and I love her. So, this person said, and she keeps calling until I answer, just so you guys know. Does your mom do this?
Oh, my mom? Oh no, that's a different story. She would never.
That's funny. So, hard work trumps talent every single time.
Mm.
And I know a lot of talented people, and it's beautiful, it's amazing. But if you don't do anything with that talent, it's useless, right? And if somebody asked me, what is your talent, I really don't have any specific talent. My talent is to talk to people. That might be a talent, but that wasn't ever something that, oh my gosh, she's so talented, that's why it worked for her. There's none of that. I was just willing to just roll up my sleeves and get to work. And that's what I did. And then eventually that hard work will become experience and confidence and just know how, naturally, right? For being in the trade for so many years. So just work hard if that's something that you really want to do. And I see when people feel that, oh, maybe it's not for me, try a little harder. And I'm not better than anybody, I might be trying a little harder,
Yeah,
right?
I think it's really important too to focus on everyone's different strengths. So obviously your strength is woo, which means you're so good with people. Everybody meets. If you ever have the privilege and pleasure of meeting Pam in person, Pam is just so
Mm,
lovable. Like right when you meet her, everybody loves Pam. That's just
not
you know
true, not
true.
true.
It's true. It's
But
true.
I love everybody. Every time I meet them, I'm like, I love you.
But it's awesome, and you're just a very personable person, which makes a lot of sense. It's the perfect industry for you. This is relationship marketing, building relationships, and you're so good at that. So that's your strength. If that's your strength, then that's how it is. And then you're also amazing at visuals. Everything you make is always so pretty and so beautiful, and it's definitely something that's worth noting. That's a skill. That's a talent. Having an eye, being able to do interior decorating, having style, that is definitely a talent, Pam. I don't think you should cut that short. See?
Thanks.
Christina, love you, Pam.
I love you, sis. Thank you. But I think also a lot of that is learned, and it is the openness to be teachable. You know, like I always, um, as much as I can, and I just I open myself to learning new things. And if it's not possible, I'll just pay somebody to do it.
Yeah.
If it needs to get done and it's important and you don't know how to do it and you tried, just pay somebody. I'm totally fine with that.
Yes, I am a big fan of that.
Yeah,
Also, just kind of like mapping out all of the things you do every day. And then what are the things that only you can do, limit it to that. And then if somebody else, you can pay someone else to do all the other things. That is so crucial because if you can pay someone to do all the things that you are not necessarily good at, or you don't, honestly, if you don't want to do it, then you can focus more time on the things you are good at and the things that you want to do.
exactly. One thing that hit me really hard when I hit Diamond was, you know, how in the United States we're very independent, right? People do their laundry. It's very convenient and quick and easy, and you just do that. You clean your homes. It's very common and normal. And I grew up like that because I grew up here until by the time I was 16, I came to America. But by, you know, until 16, I was in Brazil, and it's very different there. So if you lived in a third world country, underdeveloped country in South America, you know that washing things and cleaning things is not as easy as it is in America, right? So I always had this mindset that, you know, because it is the way that we do it here, I can do it. I'll do it. I do everything. I'll clean my home. I'll take care of the kids. I'll cook. I'll do all the things. But then when I hit Diamond, something really powerful hit me. And that was about me having the strength of woo and talking to people and communicating. And every time I I stopped and thought, what am I doing now, cleaning this or doing this that is not connecting with people? That's where I shine. This is taking away from that time that I could be doing that. And for me to expand, for me to touch other people's lives, for me to really accomplish what I want in this lifetime, I need to be connecting with people. So I started paying somebody to clean my house and clean and wash the clothes. You know, have somebody to take care of the kids sometimes. And that to me is very powerful. So if you have a strength that is like maybe connect with people or doing whatever it is, make sure that you're doing that most of the time. And that's how I feel that I've been able to be happy in what I do and love what I do, is because what I do is what I'm good at, and I feel good that I'm good at it. And it doesn't mean that I don't fail, right? But it makes me feel good about what I do, because then I feel that I'm always in my power, right?
Yeah. And then there's also job creation. We're creating jobs by hiring somebody to
Yeah.
do the things, right? Because there are people who are out there who love to clean, who are really really great at cleaning, or who are really great at taxes, or really great at whatever it is that they're good at, and it's better to pay them and create that job creation, making the economy flow better. And then it just really does make the world go round. It's just good. It just everything is synchronized and it's nice.
Yes, yes. Um, so going back a little bit to, you know, that freedom that you spoke about in the beginning, one thing that also has helped me, because the moment that you think you're not free, you're already operating from a scarcity mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to succeed in, I believe in anything, you have to be in an abundance mindset, right?
Agree.
So, and we are sold this idea that if you work hard, just like I said, and someday you're going to be happy, right? Um, if you're not happy now with what you got, it's going to be hard to be happy when you get there.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with gratitude, right? If you don't, if you're not grateful for what you have, you're not going to make more of anything. And that's something I had to really be good about, because having that mindset of it's never good enough, it was kind of like a catch 22. So I really had to work on the mindset. That's why, Olivia, I work a lot with visualizing, manifesting, because that was my way of reprogramming the brain that had been programmed to not do that. And so it has helped me a ton to be able to get things that I wanted, right? To get to the places I've envisioned.
Yeah.
So not being in this scarcity mindset is powerful. And for me, freedom is doing what you love, is doing what you want. No, you can be where you want, you can be with the people you want, you can do what you want, you can that's freedom to me. So freedom it means different things to different people. And I don't think freedom comes from an accomplishment, not the money. And it's just that sensation. I feel that what the feelings that come with the stuff, that to me is freedom, and being and feeling that you're good enough. That was big for me.
Yeah.
So and that's another thing. If you are in doTERRA, everybody in doTERRA, you don't have to wait until you get to that rank to feel freedom, to feel these things, right? So I feel that doTERRA is a vehicle. It is for something that's much more important than just doing this. So then we're gonna talk about why next week. That's gonna be powerful. We're gonna have two guests with us next week, and they're incredible. Two goddesses. You're gonna love them.
Yes.
To talk about why, and I believe that's one of the secrets to success, is to having that really clear.
Yeah.
But to go back to Silver Club, right, Olivia? Who did Silver Club? So Silver Club is another program.
My mother-in-law, dear Lace, is actually doing Silver Club right now. And I will admit that at the very beginning, I wasn't sure why I was kind of just throwing her in there. I think I was trying, like, I understood that by her going into Silver Club, I was basically going to manage the Silver Club for her. And she went to convention, and out of nowhere, she's like, I want to do Silver Club. I'm doing Silver Club. And I was like, oh, that's really great, because you are doing Silver Club. Because I put you in Silver Club.
So you know.
But now you are actually going to do Silver Club because I was going to do it for you, because that's what we do in doTERRA. We help our team, especially when they're your mother-in-law. So, but anyway, backtracking, Silver Club is basically Baby Diamond Club, where you get to have prize money. There are all kinds of incentives for your enrollees. There's incentives for you. There's incentives for everybody around, and it's for you to try to get to silver.
Yes. So again, it's a program. It's like she said, it's a mini Diamond Club, but also what it does teach, it teaches key habits that are necessary for you to be able to have this strong foundation, to be able to have momentum in your business and launch you to the next step, right? It can be a next rank or whatever goal you have in your business. So, and that is the powerful model of having these programs, is if you have been working your whole life for somebody or a company, usually you just take orders, right? Like people tell you what to do all the time. So you just show up to a business and to your work, and they just give you the list of the things you have to do, and that's that's what you do. So you're autopilot. When you start wanting to create a business, it is the opposite of that. You have to create things out of thin air, literally, when you are an entrepreneur. So, and the key to it, I believe, in my case, was to create the habits, was to create the discipline. And get this, discipline is one of my lowest strengths.
Me too.
Believe it or not. Yeah, I know that. We talked about that. So discipline is not my forte. But here's the powerful thing, guys. I'm very disciplined. I learned that I needed this for my business. I needed this for my life, for my children, for my husband, for myself, right? I needed to show up for myself and for my body. Hi, baby. And that's what I did. I learned how to be disciplined. And when I tell some people that I just met me in the past like 5 years, they don't believe it. They're like, no, is discipline in your lowest? Discipline is in my lowest, believe it or not. Yeah.
Yep, me too. Way down there.
Yeah. So everything is learnable, right? Everything is
Yeah,
learnable
it's true.
if you're willing to learn. So then the benefits of Silver Club, you get to earn points and prizes, and well, you get to build your business, right? And you can rank advanced as well in Silver Club, and you get like some free products for the people that you enroll, the new customers. So if you are not a customer of doTERRA, Olivia has some of our builders in Silver Club, and you can get some extra freebies there, some goodies, and only the people that are in Silver Club that can give you that. Same thing for Diamond Club, right? Only the people that are in Diamond Club are able to give the extras, and those are the incentives. Okay, and the way that it works in Silver Club is you have to have five team enrollments, right? Two of the five have to be you who enrolled them, and one class minimum. And you have to submit these classes within 3 days of the event. So all of these little details you will learn with your uplove. She will guide you through it, and you're gonna have somebody in doTERRA too that is going to be guiding you. But here's the other powerful thing that happened. So Dirley comes back from convention, and what happened, Olivia?
So she comes back from convention and she is like fired up in every aspect in her personal life. She's like, I'm ready. I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna do Silver Club. I'm gonna go diamond. I'm coming back next year. I'm going diamond. I'm quitting my job. She like did she said all these things. So I was like, okay, that's amazing. At the very least, she is on that mindset, on that track to get going with all of this. So we're just waiting for all the parts to unfold now.
No, then she had what? She had points for founder, girl.
Oh yeah. She totally had points for Do you know that she almost has 200 points?
Look at that. So then she gets home and she gets her founder point counter thingy that we get. And this is the thing. So if you're going for founder 2.0 in doTERRA, which you should, there's no reason why you should not. If you're building doTERRA in the United States, you should do it. And if you're not doing it, you really have to ask yourself why you're not going for it, because it's only once in a lifetime that this is going to happen again in the United States. Um, I told Olivia there are 1,000 points, right? Requirement. And I told Olivia, grab the 1,000 and put it on there already, like it's done. Okay. So you always have to see it done. Yes, I love it. You always have to see it done for things to be able to be done. And that's what I'm doing for Presidential Diamond. I have a picture and you can also do neural connections. I know I like this stuff though. I connect a feeling to the picture. So when I look at my dream vision board, it brings me the feeling of that, right? Which is just what I just talked about. Freedom is connected to the feelings that you have. And going back to that freedom thing, and I also make the connection of network marketing, right? There's so many people that have still, I get a little like, whoa, are you in 1980 or 70 or something? We're in 2021, right? This is a world of network marketing. It is. We're all connected. I'm not going to give my money to people I don't know, period. And I'm going to buy from a friend. And I will support companies that are connected to my purpose. And I believe that this way that we're living in this model of business for me has been a way for me to be connected to my higher calling in this existence. For me, this model of business has helped me grow as a person, not just business. If you come to doTERRA thinking that it's just a business, you're gonna be in for a very, not rude, a very awesome awakening, because you're gonna be like, whoa, you're gonna be excited and surprised that it's your assignment. Like I believe that I only started doTERRA because I was ready for it. I asked for it. I asked for a model of business that I could be with my daughter and I could still do what I love, serve people, and be able to be connected to the people that I love and be able to build a bridge back to my country, right? So, and you ask, you shall receive, and that's how this whole thing has happened. So, I believe this is a gift. It's not a business; it's a gift.
I absolutely agree. Yeah, for me, it was trying to not escape. I don't want to use the word escape, but in my brain, it kind of was an escape because I was honestly a little tired of the musician bikini photo life. Like, I just really, it was not aligned with who I am. It's not aligned with anything that I stand for. And so, despite the fact that I really love music, I just didn't want to live that public figure kind of life that was not aligned with who I am, which is apparently a closet hippie and an entrepreneurial closet hippie. That's not really a closet hippie anymore. I'm just a hippie entrepreneur. And that's always
I love it.
kind of been who I am. And now I finally am on the internet as who I really am, which is a nerdy hippie entrepreneur.
Yes, I love it. And that's the beauty too, is that you get to redefine what it means, um what how you're going to transform your life. You get to redefine that. You have the freedom to redefine all of it. And another thing that was really important for me in my career is to redefine selling and recruiting. So I don't care what name you use for it. I could not even say the words. I would almost like puke in my mouth a little bit in the beginning, right? I was like, oh, sell, hate selling. Oh, hate recruiting, hate recruiting. Now I'm like, I get to bless people's lives. I get to give them solutions that will change their lives. I
That's
get
so
to share
interesting.
my business and give somebody an opportunity that it was given to me, right? We redefine.
Yeah. Yeah. I that's so interesting you say that because I feel like I'm still in that place where it's like the words selling and recruiting are just kind of like, whoa, kind of weird, but when you put it in the mindset of a traditional entrepreneur, you still use the word recruiting when you're hiring. You're still recruiting. In fact, you're saying you're recruiting talent. So at this point, I don't want just anybody in my team. Honestly, if you want to think about it, I mean, there's a lot of people that want to do doTERRA, but I don't want just anybody in my team,
Yeah.
right? And especially now that I've learned, Pam, there are crucial positions, just like any traditional business, there are crucial positions where you want certain people to be. And it's not just anybody, oh, you want to sell doTERRA? Please be part of my. That's not how it is.
Mm-mm.
No, you have to prove that you're a good fit. Just like any traditional business, any company, you
Yes.
don't just have anybody come in and just be like, "Oh, I want to work with you," and that's how it goes. Although technically you could do that,
But
but
it's your business and you get to
yeah,
choose. And but here's the thing, Olivia, it's a process, and I think most of us will go through that process, especially if you're coming from a place like myself. It's a mother, the mother is a mommy, they say mommy business, but it's a mother business because you can work from the home, from your home, and doing the thing that you're doing, which is breastfeeding your child. That's what I was just doing, and this has been my life for the past 7 years, right? So usually it happens like this, and you do it from your heart, especially being a mom. My first why was that all of the children in the world could have the peace that my children have. So then I would, from my heart, I would keep sharing. So I get to share my products, I get to share my business opportunity. And I never feel like I'm bothering people. And this is something important. If you're doing this business and you feel like, I don't want to bother them, you really have to redefine what you are doing, because you're you're doing the world a favor by sharing this, by talking to people. So when you start looking at your business this way, then things will start to change. Um, And then it's like, oh my gosh, I've been looking for this my whole life. Things start showing up, right? Then you have that feeling of fulfillment. You're filled with happiness, gratitude, joy, and that is what your business should feel like. Will there be moments and days that are gonna suck? Yeah, there'll be things that we're humans, you know. But um, I believe it's not perfect. Obviously, it's not. The model is not perfect, but it's better for sure. The model is better.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I was talking about it with a new builder the other day. Shout out to Stephanie. She's the new builder. We were talking about how I've always loved entrepreneurship, and I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been doing entrepreneurship stuff since I was like 5 years old. So it's been part of my bloodline. It's been part of my life. Even when I tried to go into the 9 to 5 world, got to thank my parents for coming in and saying, like, what on earth are you thinking? We are entrepreneurs. You don't do a 9 to 5. And I was like, you right though. You right. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go find something. I'll be a business owner like you. Okay. And so it's a very interesting thing. And then I, of course, ended up falling in love with that lifestyle, that entrepreneurship lifestyle. And it was kind of my dream, even when I owned the music school and I had my assistants on their downtime. There's downtime when you're an assistant. On their
Oh, you
downtime,
think?
yeah, right? And so they would be paid by the hour, and I would literally pay them to read entrepreneurship books. Start with Why, Entre Leadership, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, like the classics, and they were getting paid to read these entrepreneurship books because of how much I loved teaching business to people. Right? Of course not. Of course you can. We are. I think you might have to restart your app. The audio just kind of cut out. I can hear you on Instagram, but your Haps is mute. But that's okay. We're about to wrap up, Ella. Sorry. I don't know why. Yeah, we're gonna Haps. I can hear you on Instagram, but no, you might have to refresh Haps, but it's okay. Okay. Yes, thank you for tuning in. Join us next week because we have special guests, Grace and Sasha. He's so fun. Yay! I better figure out my why. I think Pam's back.
Can you hear me on Haps now?
Oh, we can hear you now.
Yeah?
Hooray. You're back.
Hello, Haps. Ella. I'm back.
All right.
So this is it for our oily hour. Yay.
Yes, we're wrapping it up. We're good on time today. Awesome.
I'm so proud. We're getting better at this stuff.
We are. I think when it's just me and you, it's always very smooth. But when we don't win other characters and we're like, oh yeah, we forgot to tell you, you also have to have your phone ready. Sorry.
So Olivia, this is another thing that's cool, guys. I wanted to manifest people that I have good synergy with, that I can just do this, right? I can do this with Olivia, and I can do this with another leader of mine in Brazil, who is Susanna, and we do it every Thursday. We have no topic. We don't start things like, oh, we have a list of things we're going to talk about. We don't. And that is for me, the gift is you can just flow with people when you are in rhythm with the universe, right? You are in rhythm. And there is a mantra, guys. If you guys like mantras, I like it. Olivia does it too. We're Buddhist. And there is a mantra that I use, and that basically puts you in rhythm with the universe. So if you want it, send me a message and I'll send it to you. Olivia can send it to you too.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the story about the Buddhism connection that happened this last week on our next oily hour.
Can't wait.
Basically, a long lost cousin of mine found me on Instagram because she was looking for doTERRA. But the connection comes from our mantra, and I'll tell you about it next week.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's really cool.
Love it. Okay, good night, everybody.
Our tea is ready. Yay.
Woo! Okay.
Okay, I love you. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you.